All right, guys, I got a bad one for you today. This is a bad one. So, a family is in search of a new daycare after their 4-year-old was allegedly placed into a garbage can because he refused to take a nap. Yes, I said that. That's what I said. You didn't hear things. I actually said this. Ready? A family is in search of a new daycare after an employee allegedly put their 4-year-old son into a garbage can because he refused to take a nap. Yes. Let that process for a moment. Let that sink in. Now, this story gets worse, and then worse again, and then even worse. Okay. It's absolutely insane. Are you ready? The child's mom, Monica Forte, opened up about the alleged January 13th incident to ABC7 Chicago, telling the outlet that she had no words, especially when she first saw the surveillance footage from the Learning Lab in Homewood, Illinois. Now, I'm going to keep the name of that up here and probably a little picture of it right about here because I think we need to pay close attention to this place. It's pretty sickening what's going on here. The shocking video, which was shared by ABC7, shows an employee at the Homewood preschool dragging Grayson, the eldest of Forte's two sons, toward a trash can by a wall and placing him inside of it. So there's surveillance footage of this. Okay. Other children at the daycare, where both Grayson and his 2-year-old brother have been going for almost 2 years, meanwhile, were not only present, but also appeared to watch the entire incident unfold before them. So several other children were watching this whole thing go down. Okay. It gets worse. My first thing was, of course, I'm crying. Forte recalled of watching the footage for the first time, and I immediately went to the police station. So good on her because she really has a lot more self control than I have. Someone did that to my kid? No. Mm, mm-mm. However, she and the boy's father, Justin Barnes, were quickly informed that there was nothing the police could do. Yep, I said that too. I'm going to read that back to you again, too. She and the boy's father, Justin Barnes, were quickly informed that there was nothing that the police could do because their 4-year-old son had not suffered any physical injuries at the worker's hand. Yes, so police could do nothing. All right. So far we've got a little boy who doesn't want to take a nap. So he gets thrown into the garbage can. He gets dragged and then thrown into the garbage can in front of the entire class of preschoolers. They go to tell the authorities, and the authorities can do nothing, even though they have it on video. It gets worse. And though the Homewood Daycare allegedly fired the employee who placed the child in the trash can, and they fired another who failed to intervene, the parents are still concerned, especially because multiple other staff members allegedly witnessed the incident and did nothing to stop it from happening or report it after the fact. So now we not only have the employee who dragged the child, the small baby pretty much, and threw him in the trash can, but you've got another employee who watched the whole thing go down and failed to intervene, allegedly. And there's also others at this daycare center. This one here, this one here, again, who witnessed the incident and did nothing to stop it from happening or report it after the fact, allegedly. Which I don't know why we're saying allegedly when they have the whole thing on video. So I'm not really sure why the entire article is saying allegedly on every little detail here. But if it was caught on video, I don't really think it's allegedly anymore. But that's just, I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong. The parents told the outlet that they are grateful to Grayson for telling them because if he hadn't, they may never have learned what he went through. The learning lab, they added, should have told them before he did. Right? You would think the daycare center would have fired that woman immediately, somebody would have stopped her from doing what she did, then let her go and fired her immediately, and then contact the child's parents and said, hey, something bad almost happened, but we were able to intervene. But again, they just did nothing. The entire daycare allegedly did nothing, and they did not report it to anyone. When questioned about the incident, the daycare employee allegedly told Forte and Barnes that it was a joke. The parents told ABC7, But the security footage tells a different story and has left the parents wondering how a daycare professional could have such a drastic reaction to such a common occurrence. Because, yeah, guys, let's face it, 4-year-old kids sometimes don't want to take a nap. And that cannot be something that this daycare worker has never run across in her time, working a daycare. And look, if you don't want to deal with small children like that, then don't work at a daycare center because you're going to have children acting crazy. Children act crazy, especially like 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4-year olds. They all run around. They all have energy. They're going to be doing their thing. Sometimes they don't want to take a nap. This is crazy. If you work with, here we go. If you work with kids, I mean, you have to learn they should know how to de escalate these certain situations when they don't want to take a nap. you know, The Learning Lab did not immediately respond to people's request for comment on January 19th, nor did the Village of Homewood Police Department. Wonder why. In a statement to ABC7 on January 17th, the Learning Lab said, "We tried to work cooperatively and transparently with the family." Hold up. If you were being transparent, okay, you would have contacted the parents immediately and told them what happened. You wouldn't have waited for the child to tattletale on the daycare worker to then go back, review the footage, and admit the wrongdoing. We are working with our licensing agency, DCFS, and the Homewood Police. We have shared additional information we became aware of yesterday because we believe it warranted further investigation and possible action against the person who did this. And now I'm afraid to even wonder what that could be, right? Because they didn't think it was a big deal to throw a kid in the trash can, but now they found something in their further investigation that warrants some type of police action. So this is very kind of this sets off alarm bells hearing this type of thing. Forte and Barnes are now considering a civil lawsuit against the daycare and in the meantime are searching for a new spot for their sons, according to the Chicago outlet. They are also worried for their son's mental well-being and particularly about the lasting impact of the humiliation he experienced because of how many people witnessed the incident, including adults, guys, including adults. So this poor little baby kid, like he's 4 years old, he's just a baby at this point, is going through this and adults are watching. There's adults watching and just watching it go down, along with other little children who have probably kind of gotten damaged over this as well, right? Because you don't see something like that and you're not cool after that, especially if it's your big brother, the other children at the daycare saw this, like a lot of little kids saw this. We just want to, make sure that Grayson is aware that the situation that happened, that, the helper, what she did was wrong, Barnes told ABC7. What he did nothing wrong. It's just way worse than I could imagine, the concerned dad added. I'm worried about what he feels. Yeah. So that's the article of the day. Please, don't forget the name of this daycare and, I hope a lot of people see this because this place needs to be investigated big time. It's a scary situation that something like this could happen at the daycare center where you drop your kids off and you really pray to God that they're being taken care of, and then you find something out like this. This has got to feel just totally awful for these parents, and I really feel bad for the children involved and for the parents because this is just terrible situation. But there you have it, guys. Until the next time, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye. Subscribe.